Play some Fortnite soon, which will be fun. I told a story about my link shell on my Final Fantasy character. As you can see, when I type the LS mess, you're going to see it. I alone am best. The free state of Skycat. And I told my friend a little bit of a story, and I like it, so I'm going to share it again. I said, when people inspect me, they expect to see a world-class guild title or a link shell. What they get is a one-man guild named the Free State of Skycat. Freedom to me is not having to worry. Freedom to me is not having to worry, and I am the most free person that I know. Some could call it woke. I don't know. I don't know what you would call it. It's not woke. It's this thing about like understanding that the government doesn't love you anymore, and no matter what, you're still gonna be okay. Okay, so I came to Psycho. I'm in the kitchen. I want to ride the train. We're gonna ride the train because the train is the best thing about Fortnite. You and I, we defend the train dearly. We're gonna defend the train. Corrupted lodestones, 2 of them. Oh, good. Yeah, so jump. We're in low sec where anybody could just fucking kill us. Let's go,
active.
go. Jump.
Warp drive
Fresh
active.
volatile ice. How is that fucking possible? How is that possible? She's got 6K. Did I turn in? No, I did not turn in. How is that possible? They've only got 6. I don't understand. I mean, what? I guess you've got to turn in. No. They've got fresh volatile ice. Like I must have turned in, I guess. No, I don't have any packages here. Oh no, I do. I did. I got 4 packages. No, I did. I turned in both. But how did I turn in? Did I go? I guess I turned in when they were both full. Yeah, I did. I came back. I don't know. I went back and then oh yeah, there's Vespa 2s. Oh, look, it's a fresh thing. Good. Approach. Then, 15K. Do my silver. 2. Oh, yeah, 2. Okay. There we go. Now, I'm at the stone cutting table because I skipped a bunch of steps, I guess. That seems odd. I shouldn't have skipped a bunch of steps, but I'm fairly drunk. Pool, Siren, Imp, Trib, Isle, Mines, Merc. Strength food is no good to me. I guess the convergence cake will sell. I need to cycle, but I kind of got distracted about what it is I'm gonna do with all of this. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna cycle it all. I was like, I could just sell it raw. Sorry, I was thinking I could just sell it all, but no, I'll cycle it all. Rugged leather, layered leather. Infused silk. Look, I have 836 oranges. I'm gonna charge 2 gold. No, I'm gonna charge 5 gold for them. Look, it's 4,000 gold worth of oranges, and somebody will buy it too when they see how much it is. So, yep, and then or Calcamore. Oh, no, I didn't cycle. I didn't fucking fully cycle. Wait, maybe I should have actually used the oranges, huh? I don't know. I better use all this. I keep trying to come back to sell because my mind is telling me to sell, but I'm like, I don't want to sell. I want to move it all. I want to move all of it in craft. It's really annoying to craft all this. Yep. So then Asmodium. Why am I out of like I logged into the game with no Azot? That seems weird. Or maybe I just used it all, huh? You get only 2 DPS for an M3 Forge Fund, I'm sure, yeah. So, oh yeah, we're in, huh? Okay. I love how I'm like this safe and low sec. It's actually kind of cool. I guess null sec is actually probably the best place, but I don't really care. Um. Now I'm done with this one. Outfitting station. Did all this. Now we move over. There's a corrupted invasion. 1K still unclaimed on WF. Come get to me. $1,000 worth of seating sandpaper, but I might actually use that. Oh wait, no. I have all this other stuff that I didn't do. I like walk right past the tables. I don't really understand. I can't focus. Girls do this to me. It's so annoying. Girls make it so I can't fucking focus. It's so dumb. There we go. So, old place setting. Yeah, I'll take old place settings. Yeah, if you'll let me make them. I need whatever skill you can get me. Yeah, that's cool. Yep, sold. Sell it. Yep. Old place settings. Sounds good. Go. Lumber. and I can make a lot of wood planks. But that would mean like, yeah, I don't have any aged wood, so yeah, so no, we do actually sell. I think I did do the tables, but there's like nothing left here. I like keep kind of tripping on that. But yeah, there's nothing left here. There's nothing else here to do. Yeah, nothing else here to do. Okay, let's get Siren, Imp, Trip, Asteroid depleted. So now we go burp.
The asteroid is depleted.
Burp, burp.
The asteroid is depleted.
Okay, now, I am making silver ingots. I need another beer. I have to pee. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, I forgot the beer. I'm gonna go get a beer. I have beer. Or recalcum or... Oh my god, I get to sell all this, which is so much money. Yeah, like, I can't believe I have 20,000 gold. Like, what the fuck? I have 21,000 gold. I'm gonna get more. I'm selling this all super fast, but I actually don't really see a reason to do that, really. Why shouldn't we just wait? I have 20,000 gold. Give me the best prices. Yeah, fuck it. Right, 16 cents, but what will you pay on the market? 24. I don't know. I don't really, I'm not that greedy. I'll take the dark hide. 75 gold, 21,000. Not bad, not bad. Silk. Ooh, 250 for silk, but I mean, what did they offer on the market? 515. People are like, ooh, large chunks of silk. And I'm like, yeah, I have large chunks of silk. I do, actually. Look, we're going to match him at 515 and just see if it sells, because that's so much goddamn money. That is so much goddamn money. Like money that I don't even really need. But I mean, like, oh, I need it. But I mean, like, it's just sort of funny. It's like money that I don't need to like, be really good. I don't need anything here, like, to be really good at this game. So it's just sort of funny. Like, it's just a lot of money that's going to, like, buy trophies and houses and stuff like that. Trophies and houses. Trophies and houses, bitch. $65 gold for enriched meat roundel. Why? 24. Infused silk. 4 gold apiece. 315. There's no existing sell orders, and this guy wants it for 4 gold. I have how many of these? I have 130. What if I ask for 10 gold apiece? Which is kind of insane, but I mean, I don't know. What's other silk at? I don't know. I think that's a cheap price. Let's try 20. No, you know what isn't murder? It's like 17.40. 1740 isn't really that bad of a price. And I'll just set my own price at this. Which is just insane. Setting your own price is just insane. It's like, I get to say what it's worth. I get to say what it's worth. I know what it's worth. You don't know. You're an idiot. I know what this fucking Ironhide is worth. It's worth 7 cents. That's what I'm going to take money for. Yeah. 7 cents. I have 158 of them. Here you go. Tomato, animal eye, spicy steak pie. I have a lot of sausage. Sausage sells fairly well. You seem to be doing well at 2 gold there. I'll sell at 2 gold. Yeah, I don't mind 100 gold for all this sausage. I think that's a pretty good price. Mithril oil. Now we're down kind of down lower. Yeah, now we're down like kind of lower. What else is here? I think I dealt with all of it. Yeah, I think I did deal with all of it. Now it is 7:46. Got about 15 Weaver Fens pull in 4 minutes. Bring me a shrubbery for a slot. Bring me a shrubbery for a slot. No, getting people to come is really hard. Always look at the bright side of life. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Always look on the bright side of life. Do 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 do. There's this guy named Knights of Knee, and he keeps dropping Monty Python references, and actually now all I can think of is Life of Brian. I think it's so stupid. All I can think of is Life of Brian. Sanctuary Shrine. There's some kind of turn in there. I'm gonna go see what it is. Am I full? No, you're just not mining. Why aren't you mining? You should be mining. You should have been mining. What's the other one at? The other one is like 2/3 full, but you're 1/3 full because you're not mining. I hate that. I hate it. Swear to God. I have a blue skirt, and it really looks kind of weird. Where am I and why? Okay, you showed me a green
The
thing here.
asteroid is depleted.
Okay. Not you. Yeah, you. And then you. Yeah, and then you. Or no, wait. The other one. I want you to go to there. Then. Always look on the bright side of life. Do-do, do-do, do-do. Oh, I'm out of silver. Ooh, but I have silver. Copper ingot. I should probably go back to the vendor because I've been really ignoring it, but I also don't really want to worry. Oh yeah, I'm going back out now. To the FFA. Or no, I have 505. Yeah, I have 505, huh? Well, I came out. I kind of came out. Like, I don't know. I'm going to go, let's go turn in and do a southern run.
The asteroid is depleted.
Oh, that was fairly quick. Damn it. This one's close, though.
The asteroid is depleted.
Always look on the bright side of life. Do-do, do-do, do-do. Okay, go. Okay, so let's go back to the ultimate tier list. I think I've got a few more minutes.
Phantasy Star Universe in 2006, but it was
there.
Phantasy
Oh,
Star
you were
2,
there.
which
Good. Right on,
really
right on,
hit the
right on.
mainstream. 9 starting classes, 4 more advanced ones,
PSO2.
and unlike the original, which focused on linear, randomly generated dungeons, PSO2 has a more open world focus. It made over $1 billion and is still Phantasy Star Online.
It's still PSO2, and that's a good game too. I like PSO2. I have like 100 hours or something.
Games into the list.
Path of Exile 2.
Not really an MMO, but still a damn good game. Path of Exile is what happens when some guys...
Like, notice how many of these MMOs have the word exile in their title? Damn it, what happened here? No, you screwed up here. Damn it. No, go back. Yes, go back. There we go. Why aren't I mining?
The asteroid is depleted.
Oh, because it's depleted. Okay. Go mining. Yes, you. Are you doing it? Yes, you're doing it. Okay, good. Now, okay, good. Then, there we go.
Like Diablo thought they could make a better Diablo
Always
and just
on
kind
the
of didn't stop
bright
until they
side
actually
of
did.
life.
And then they
Do-do,
kept going,
do-do,
and now we're all
do-do.
very worried about them because they cannot seem to stop making it. Released in 2013, Path of Exile has gone through time-limited events called Leagues, each league lasting a few months. I've always talked about quit moments in games. Leagues are designed as return moments. A top-down hack-and-slash RPG with about as many items as it has systems, it's still very much online. The sequel, Path of Exile 2, is in early access now. I'm enjoying it. They even sent me this cool puzzle box, which I'm sure is totally safe to open. 30. Perfect World, one of the most successful Chinese MMOs ever. Released back in 2005, Perfect World has seen 20 expansions and is still going strong today. However, there is another MMO being made called Perfect New World, and the name of the company making these games is Perfect World Games, so you'll be forgiven for getting them all a bit confused together. 29. Lineage 2. Released back in the ancient times of 2003, Lineage 2 is a prequel to the first Lineage. It then had its own prequel, Lineage 2 Revolution, version released on mobile in 2016. Then it itself was remade for mobile and released as Lineage 2M in 2019. Because as much as we hate it, the future is mobile
As
gaming.
much as we
With
hate
over
it.
100 million users since release, Lineage 2 was vastly successful and still online, actually
It's still
outlasting
online.
the Western servers for Lineage 1, which was shut down in 2011. 28. Arcade Unchained.
Arcade
Another name change which
Unchained.
confuses players. Arcade Unchained
Thanks for
released
that.
in 2019 and was the same game as the original
The
Arcade,
same
but wasn't
game.
free to play. You had to buy one of the 3 entry packs. But this was changed, and now Arcade Unchained is a subscription game. Then they added the Arc Pass battle system. Then in 2023, Arcade Unchained was merged back into the original Arcade and is now just Arcade. Then 1 year later, the European and American servers shut down. So it is alive in the East only, known simply as Arcade. 27. Throne and Liberty. Here's another example of MMO name changes really messing with these results. Lineage Eternal was announced in 2011, a sequel to the Lineage franchise, but then in 2017 was rebranded to Project TL, then 5 years later in 2022, rebranded again to
Throne and Liberty.
And then 2 years after that, released in 2024 and gained 3 million players in 1 week. A very successful launch, an Eastern hack-and-slash action MMO with stunning graphics. The recent roadmap announced one-man dungeons and 12-player raids coming soon. Hopefully Throne and Liberty has more staying power than other Eastern action MMOs on this list. 26. Dungeons & Dragons Online, one of my personal favourite designs in gaming. DDO is the best compromise between the freeform imagination of the tabletop system and the restrictions of an online video game. A classic third-person MMO released back in 2006, the level cap is remarkably low and new content gets released for all levels quite often, not just endgame. Because when you reach endgame, you're encouraged to reincarnate as a new character and a new class, gaining a small stacking buff every time you do, which allows you to level through a new starting adventure. Loads of classes and more player choice than most modern MMO games, DDO rolled a natural 20 and is still online. 25. EverQuest, the world's prettiest chat room. EverQuest, while not being the most well-known, is probably the most influential MMORPG of all time. Even if it wasn't the first and won't be the last, it codified and standardized the design we know today. It is the foundations that many others have built off. Releasing back in 1999, it is not only still online, but has received over 31 major expansions, with one every December since 2017. EverQuest now frequently launches time-locked progression servers where all players start with only the base game and expansions are unlocked for everyone every few months to recreate that feeling of progression. Or you've got Project 99, the game as it was many years ago with fewer quality of life updates. Slow, unforgiving, and immensely rewarding. I made a video called I Played EverQuest for 100 Hours, Should You? And after doing that, I have a deep respect for what EverQuest did and is still doing. 24. Warframe. Is Warframe an MMO is a question for the Tenno scholars. Is Warframe a fantastic fast-paced space ninja parkour shoot-em-up with epic sweeping plotline is a question for the 26 million registered losers, and the answer is yes. Released back in 2013, Warframe is the gold standard for fast-paced fluid third-person action combat with lots of jumping, and one of the games I'm glad I discovered in my worst MMO ever series because it's always fun to run some quick levels. Still online? Probably will be for a while. 23. Bless Unleashed. It's time to unleash the Bless. Announced back in 2011 and known simply as Bless, it was a third-person action combat MMO originally published by Area Games. The Western release was cancelled, so the developer NeoWiz self-published instead, renaming to Bless Online and launching in 2018. Then they decided to reboot the game and re-release as Bless Unleashed in 2020, which is just about still going. 22. Star Trek Online. Space, the Final Frontier. Made by Cryptic Studios, the same people behind
The
Neverwinter
asteroid
Online,
is
Star Trek
depleted.
Online is similar. You captain your own starship, travel to smaller dungeons,
The
explore them, and
asteroid
kill
is
things along the
depleted.
way. Launched in 2011 and still online today. It's a competent MMO, but as a classic Star Trek fan myself, I'd say it's missing the procedural competence of the next generation, or the raw sexual energy of the original series. 21. Aeon. Another NC Soft title. Aeon, the Tower of Eternity, mostly just known as Aeon, is another Korean action MMO launched in 2008. It was one of the largest MMO launches ever, over 1 million players within 4 days, and the game made $30 million in only a few months. Aeon was mostly about players joining opposing legions for battleground PvP, joined by their legion's NPC soldiers for a kind of PvPvE, and it's still online. 20. Star Citizen. Probably one of the most ambitious video games ever announced with a price tag to match. Star Citizen started as the idea of a galaxy-sized space sim and recently became the most expensive video game ever, with development costs soaring past 400 million and capital raised hitting 750 million. 750 million dollars, eclipsing second place Grand Theft Auto 5 at a paltry 270 million. You can buy ships in the game for lots of
I can't believe Star Citizen got triple the money Grand Theft Auto 6 did, and it won't even play.
Features, which they don't seem to be doing anytime soon, it will continue to be made forever. For the amount of money they have raised, they could have built an actual spaceship by now. Not out yet. Let's see how well this video ages. 19. Crowfall. You know what we don't have enough of? Smaller developers raising millions of dollars on Kickstarter by promising an incredibly ambitious niche new MMORPG using some new gimmick like a real-time strategy campaign, then taking said money, delaying the game, finally releasing a disappointing mess, and then shutting down only 1 year later. Anyway, here's Crowfall. 18. Terra. One of the first MMOs I apparently killed, and after getting a taste for blood, I've gone on to kill many more. Terra, the exiled realm of Arborea, was a super fast action combat MMO with over-the-top Eastern archetypes, such as the massive muscular warrior using a literal lance as a weapon, the slim and svelte lady with a gun larger than her, or just a child. Over the years, it became a mess of aesthetics. The monster and environment designs were awesomely over the top, but the cosmetics were garish and emotion-breaking, including a tiny police car you could drive around in, or a collaboration with Attack on Titan, bringing the omnidirectional mobility gear. Terra, released in 2011, saw success, got renamed to Terra Rising in 2013.
Terra Rising.
Then the PC server
shut down
in 2022. It's still alive on console, and I'm sure that final remaining player
still on console?
That. 17. Ashes of Creation. Another Kickstarter MMO promising to bring back the glory days. Ashes of Creation has found more success than most through hype alone. But hype can be a fickle mistress. Raising over $3 million on Kickstarter, it promises a player-driven world-building idea. Guilds taking over cities, players defending or assaulting nodes to access their power, settlements creeping into the wilds, and roaming bands of NPC enemies potentially taking back the player territory for themselves. Announced in 2016 and having several public alphas since, it's still not released and still promising the world. 16. World of Warcraft Classic. You think you do, but you don't.
You think you do, but you don't.
Did. World of Warcraft is quite a popular game, but with every expansion, people say it drifts further and further from what made it great in the first place. So after Blizzard spent years telling people they don't want the game as they remembered it, they released the game as they remembered it, and players loved it and played it a lot. World of Warcraft Classic has slowly added back in the classic expansions, the Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King. Then they realized they were making the same mistakes as before, so following the same formula as EverQuest's time-locked progression servers, we're now getting WoW Classic, an endless cycle of relaunching the same game again and again and again and again and again. 15. Blade and Soul. Another classic Chinese wushu-themed action MMO. Blade and Soul released in 2012 and lets players explore a vast and rather beautiful landscape, defeating enemies with the combo system where you chain various abilities together to create new combinations. So successful it got a TV series adaptation in 2014 and then a mobile game, Blade and Soul Revolution, in 2018. Still online and still doing very well in the East. 14. RuneScape 3. Back in 2012, RuneScape released the Evolution of Combat update, changing the classic, well-loved click-and-wait combat style into a new exciting mess of abilities, cooldowns, hotbars, and status effects, and it was bad and lots of players left. But now the Evolution of Combat system has been in the game longer than it hasn't. And in 13 years, they've had enough time to build on the strengths of the system, and RuneScape 3 is actually really good. With the new necromancy skill, an epic storyline following the God Wars, and multiverse-level threats, elite skills, and loads of new locations added, playing as an Iron Man allowing you to focus on self-sufficiency through gathering and crafting, combined with the gathering and crafting reworks, RuneScape is still tainted by the mistakes of the past, but give it some time and you'll find a solid MMO. I still consider RuneScape 3 the gold standard for quests and storytelling within an MMORPG, and the Needle Skips is potentially one of the most emotional quests I've ever played. Just try to ignore the cash shop, which is difficult because my god do they make you look at it a lot. 13. Lord of the Rings Online. The MMO landscape is changing. I feel it in the water. Much that once was is lost, but none now live who remember it. Lord of the Rings Online is the incredibly well-made MMO set in Middle-earth. You don't play as the Fellowship, but instead hear about their journey through tales and complete quests which help them in related ways. Boasting one of the largest connected overworld maps ever, you can literally walk from the Shire to Mordor, proving Sean being wrong. Very new player friendly and still very online. 12. Neverwinter Online. I started my YouTube career many years ago making guides
With
for
Neverwinter.
Online.
Josh Shive Hayes
MMO
comes from
launching in
Neverwinter. Fucking Neverwinter. I love Neverwinter, though.
2013. Set in the Dungeons & Dragons Forgotten Realms universe, you likely know that place from Baldur's Gate 3. Neverwinter focused on action and combat over
asteroid
everything
is
else.
depleted.
You'd start by helping Lord Neverember take back the city from the Nasher gang and then become a demigod-slaying hero of time. Expansion packs related to classic stories from the history of D&D took players to the Feywild, the Underdark, Icewind Dale, or the multiverse of Spelljammer. Neverwinter also released with one of my favourite MMO things ever, the Foundry, a player creation toolkit where budding game designers could make their own environments, enemies, combat encounters, and quests, set within self-contained worlds that you could teleport to,
Which
and then
is
players
cool.
could take on those quests. I've played through player-made Lovecraftian horror quests, detective noir quests, even a sci-fi spy spoof. Some of these quests are the best things I've played in any MMO, but the Foundry was eventually taken offline. Then content like dungeons and
Oh, wow.
raids were removed from the main game,
Oops,
and
I bumped
then
my
the
mic, sorry.
combat was slowed down. And Neverwinter, while still fun, isn't the action MMO powerhouse it used to be. 11. New World. Amazon clearly saw how much money World of Warcraft was making in the late 2000s, so only a decade later in 2021, they released New World. Hyped up for months as the first new IP big-budget MMO from a big publisher, New World released as a buggy, broken mess. Trading and duping exploits with the auction house, infinite health exploits by just playing in windowed mode and moving the window around, and the in-game chat box not being sanitized and accepting HTML input, allowing you to run rudimentary in-game code on any other player who could see what you were typing, such as calling up the image of a sausage held in the game files, but really big, or as we discovered, displaying a tiny white box above your own character's head, but make it so large that it fills everyone else's screen. We called this the Flashbang and won a lot of PvP with it. These things caused the game to release to over 900,000 players and then plummet down to around 20,000 daily, which is still a respectable number for a smaller MMO, but New World didn't want to be a smaller MMO. The exploits were eventually patched, but the damage had been done. The game has now seen a few expansions, and maybe, like RuneScape, it will redeem itself in a few years. 10. Albion Online. Kicking off the top 10 with a shining example of a player-driven PvP Kickstarter MMO actually succeeding. Albion Online is a top-down hack-and-slash MMO about grinding skills, gathering materials, crafting armor and weapons, then going into the dangerous world and fighting other players, dying because you got ganked by a team, losing everything and then starting all over again. Releasing in 2017 after a very successful Kickstarter campaign, Albion Online allows players and guilds to take control of cities, then set taxation on other players using the amenities within those cities like blacksmiths or lumberyards. The entire point of Albion Online is to be temporary. The low to mid-level resources are safe from PvP, but the rare resources exist in the dangerous zones. So build your arsenal, gather a team, go and get them, die, try again. No classes, you can switch out weapons at any time, which changes the skills you use, and a massive skill tree allows you to specialize in lots of things. It's also seen a mobile port, which is very good, and the whole game is still online. 9. EVE Online. It's time for spreadsheets in space. EVE Online is an anomaly in the MMO space. Niche yet popular, a slow-paced but incredibly quick, expansive space sim with everything from asteroid mining to more asteroid mining to sometimes even asteroid mining, and occasionally massive multi-million-pound space battles with hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of ships and the premium currency Plex genuinely being lost. EVE is a game which knows its audience and despite its immense popularity is still considered somewhat niche. It's sometimes better to read about the insane events happening within EVE than to try to play it. Alliances, treaties, spies, rivalries, betrayals, and one of the most famous in-game players being a peace negotiator between some massive factions. EVE is sometimes Star Trek The Next Gen, sometimes Battlestar Galactica, and sometimes Red Dwarf, but it's mostly spreadsheets tracking all of the above. Seriously, there's an official Microsoft Excel EVE add-on. Of course, it's still online. If it ever went offline, it would be tracked in hundreds of thousands of spreadsheets. 8. Old school RuneScape. Proving you don't need cutting-edge graphics or flashy combat, everyone's favourite childhood medieval clicking simulator sits firmly in the top 10. Old school RuneScape was Jagex responding to the player base pushing back against the modern changes RuneScape had been making recently, and Old School released in 2013. It was a snapshot of the game as it was in 2007, which is why the subreddit is called 2007scape. It has since become the most popular version of the game, gaining its own development team and brand new quests and storylines. A personal favourite, Old School RuneScape also released a mobile client in 2018 which plays exactly the same game but on mobile, so you have no excuse to have low agility. Just tap while watching Netflix, like the rest of us do. 7. Star Wars: The Old Republic. Not the first attempt at a Star Wars MMO, but definitely the most successful. The Old Republic was made by BioWare and launched back in 2011. The last mainstream Star Wars film to launch before this was Revenge of the Sith in 2005, so the game wasn't exactly riding a marketing wave. Also, that was the last Star Wars film I actually saw. The Old Republic MMO takes place canonically 300 years after the events of the Knights of the Old Republic single-player RPG games. It lets players pick a class and then play through a different, fleshed-out and well-voice-acted story for every single class, giving it huge replayability and making the Old Republic a legitimately good RPG in its own right. Still online and still doing very well. 6. Lost Ark. The game I get the most messages to play. Lost Ark released in 2019 and came to the West in 2022. The fanboys get mad if you call it a Korean Diablo, so Lost Ark is a Korean Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. Top-down hack-and-slash RPG with gathering and crafting and absolutely no bots. Don't go to the fishing spots, just trust me, bro. Still, one of the most played games on Steam. 5. Black Desert Online. Blowing people away with its character creator alone, Black Desert Online is a sandbox action MMO releasing in 2016. Players can train life skills, build houses, kill millions upon millions of enemy mobs to earn the chance to risk a small, minute upgrade to their weapon, or potentially gain a tiny boost, or break the whole thing and wish they'd paid not to do that. Black Desert Online does have PvP and is considered one of the grindiest, most pay-to-win games out there. Hardcore fans will insist it's not pay-to-win because you can pay thousands of dollars and still lose, and honestly that just sounds worse. Of course, it's still online. 4. The Elder Scrolls Online. The Elder Scrolls series is known for incredibly memorable opening lines. Excuse the gloom of Daggerfall. Wake up. I heard them say we've reached Morrowind. Of Morrowind. Hey you. You're finally awake. Of Skyrim. Or the latest. Wait, what do you mean I can't use the crafting bag without ESO Plus? Of The Elder Scrolls Online. ESO is a massive MMO set in the fantasy world of Tamriel. Releasing in 2014, you choose one of 3 factions, then play through one of 3 actually quite massive storylines, featuring the amazing voice talents of John Cleese, Bill Nye, Kate Beckinsale, Jennifer Hale, Michael Gambon, Malcolm McDowell, and many more. The Elder Scrolls Online amazes me personally in its ability to anger the entire player base. Repeatedly, with floaty combat, egregious monetization, repetitive dungeons, have very little content made around it, and yet still maintain a massive and dedicated player base. Still, very online. 3. Guild Wars 2. One of my favourite MMOs, breaking the curse of a sequel never being as good as the original. Launching back in 2012, Guild Wars 2 focuses on horizontal progression instead of vertical. Meaning once you've got the best equipment, which can happen quite quickly, it's all about collecting different varieties and looks of that equipment and focusing on your fashion, which as we all know is the true endgame. All the usual MMO things of combat, dungeons and quests, but with added jumping puzzles, rewards for exploration and legendary items which take months to craft and look very, very cool. Guild Wars 2 has a free trial the size of the entire base game, and then it's buy once, play forever. Probably one of the best value games on this list. So we're finally here. The top 2 MMOs, objectively sort of, ordered out of 250 games by a science-backed sort of system. Over 100 MMO ranking videos, all combined, multiple articles, weeks of work, and it's all come down to this, and you knew it would. Regular viewers will know my love for one of these 2 games more than the other. So I want to make it clear I did not plan this. And all the data and all the points and all the scoring can be double-checked. In second place, we have a perfect tie. When I added up all of the points from this system, both World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XIV scored 493 points each. In the immortal words of Brass Eye, this is the one thing I didn't want to happen. World of Warcraft, the absolute behemoth, releasing back in 2004 and being so successful it warped the genre to it. And Final Fantasy XIV, releasing in such a broken state it literally blew up its own world, started again as a realm reborn, and was still successful enough to reach the top spot again. This battle is the modern-day Ultima versus EverQuest. It is pushing the genre forward faster than ever, and we're probably in for a few more years of intense rivalry. World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XIV are both incredible games, and they are absolutely perfectly balanced within this system. But that still means they are joint second. So the top spot of objectively the best MMO ever goes to whatever game you like playing. And it seems cheesy, but the data actually proves it. People feel they need to choose a popular MMO instead of one they personally enjoy. Content creators like me are entertainers. These videos are for entertainment purposes. We are not the arbiters of quality or the gatekeepers telling you which game you should or shouldn't play and which game you should feel bad for enjoying. Use videos like these to gather data and expand your gaming knowledge, but don't use them as an all-knowing answer to what you should do with your time. MMORPGs are long-term games, and no one wants to willingly invest in something they know will die, but millions of people have invested millions of collective hours into games which unfortunately did die. And while seeing a game you love or a place you've lived in shut down is devastating, it doesn't make the fun you had in it or the friends you made through it any less real, valuable, or meaningful to you. It is a true fact of all good narratives that not all journeys last forever. And that is okay. Sometimes you set out to save the world, and you succeed, like I did with Otherland. It's bittersweet that it's gone, but we can take solace and smile in the fact that because of our collective actions, it went complete. Find a game you like and play it. Speak to others playing it, make friends, make memories, and enjoy your favorite MMORPG as best you can, because you never know when it will be gone for good. This video genuinely did take me months to make, and I did watch all of these other videos and note down all the placings and make this massive chart. It took far too long and it was inefficient, but ultimately this is an entertainment video. Don't let content creators like me tell you which game you should like. It's your gaming time, not mine. Play what makes you happy.
Play what makes you happy.
Thank you.
Very good ending. Very good ending. Very good ending. I loved it. I thought it was very good. I thought it was very good. Yep. Play what you like. That's what I do. I play what I like. I you know, like. Well, full. Okay.
to bring MMO.
What is making that sound? Weird. Okay, I think I'll log over to Fortnite now. No, wait. Oh. Well, no, I don't think I had anything, really. I don't think I had anything, like, real. Maybe some blue trees or whatever. Hey, okay, and then I'm going to access. Wait, no, I don't want you to queue yet. Cancel. Oh, no, cancel. Yeah, cancel. I'm gonna play some music and I'm gonna stop this recording for today. Guys, you have been watching Skycat Live. I'm going to pop over and play some Fortnite and drink some beer and listen to some music. Uh, no, wait, that's not what I wanted. I want to close out this session. Now, what happened here? Yeah, here we go. So we're gonna play some Fortnite. I'm gonna end this YouTube session, and I'm terribly sorry. I'm gonna do some brand recognition and stuff. So I am Skycatlive. I'm a full-time Friday gamer, all day, every day. Put me on in the background. Click on the cast face to donate. Come to the Twitch or the YouTube. Give me a like, sub, or a follow. Right now, I'm going to get off of YouTube because of their DMCA laws, and I'm going to blast some fucking music for me and I'm gonna play some Fortnite. My friend says she wanted a co-op session, but I don't know if she's gonna actually play or not. She's got a busy life, so whether or not she's playing, I'm gonna run some music and play some games. And it was her idea. She was like, "You want to play some Fortnite?" I was like, "Okay, sure, yeah." So we'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna put on and I will stop the recording.